and then never uses the phrase photographic in his final report. Look, it's not a surprise to me that President Biden.
What's up, y'all? This is the first what do you call it?
In Israel,
portrait
is not able to recall
live that I've ever done.
Some details, but when you read the transcript, you see that he very clearly was able to recall what was important, and that was that he did not intend to take these documents and cooperated as soon as he was asked about them.
All right, Congressman, I appreciate your time very much. Congressman Eric Swalwell.
My pleasure. Thanks, Aaron.
All right, thank you, and everyone's back with me. So Olivia, what do you make? I mean, look, you hear the sound bites. I mean, that was testy from both sides. Like angry, he wouldn't call him senile. Angry, he wouldn't exonerate. Nobody got what they wanted today, but did people get what they needed?
Firings.
I think in some ways, I think Robert Hur, actually, I think he did a decent job of explaining how he approached the report, why he said the things that he did. I think that was important, especially as someone who's served in public service. I think, we continue to claim the weaponization of the Department of Justice, and we put people in these really, really difficult situations in political partisan hearings. And so I think from that perspective, if you take the politics out of it, I think he did a decent job of explaining the circumstances, what was and what wasn't. He didn't exonerate Biden on that. I think he was very clear about that. I think what's unfortunate about this situation, though, Aaron, is the fact that we're so focused on political mudslinging. Really, what we should be talking about is let's not let this happen again.
What's this?
Mike Pence ended up with documents, right? I mean, so let's control these
highlights.
documents.
To your channel.
It's a fair point. There's like hundreds of thousands of them floating around.
From a national security perspective, let's have that conversation.
But Basil, this is now, Biden wants to say this is the general election, this is in the rearview mirror. But it's not. Every one of these bites, every one of these things, this is going to continue. He said on classified documents.
I think the damage that was done when the report actually came out and had that language, quite frankly. Because I think I was on
that a jury might say he's an elderly.
I think I was on your air when it came out.
Oh, shit. I don't even know how to work this, so this is my first time. Let's see, can we share it? Can we share it too?
It's over.
Share it on Facebook.
Even Joe Biden, let's turn this page, let's move on.
See,
and frankly, I think
you ever cut a fart in a chick's face while what? Doing it? Not in the face. I've cut a fart before.
I'm not surprised people on Capitol Hill didn't like it.
While doing it.
That's
Absolutely. Hasn't everyone?
All right. Thanks very much to all. And thanks so much to all for
Jason
joining us
Elder.
as President Biden
Welcome,
has
Jason Elder.
clinched that nomination. Trump has won the state of Georgia and America's
Have you?
2024 special coverage.
Have you ever cut a fart in a girl's face? But they say, what did they say? There was a study, something about farting in a woman's face. Keeps them healthy or something. Something like that.
Tonight on 360, one big night, two big stories.
Voters making President Biden the presumptive Democratic nominee, with Donald Trump just hours away from the Republican nod.
Biden is a presumptive nominee. Biden clinches nomination after GA win. Trump to clinch nomination soon.
President over the 1,968 delegates he needs. The former president expected to reach the 1,215.
I don't understand that.
With Washington State
He's the president. He should be the nominee.
The other big story
What?
tonight,
I mean, what?
former special counsel
There's
Robert
no
Hur telling the House Judiciary Committee why he didn't indict President Biden over his handling of classified documents, and also taking fire from both sides of the aisle for the decisions that he did make.
But first, the election and breaking news. Polls have just
So they're saying, why didn't that dude the prosecutor, why didn't he indict Joe Biden about his classified
CNN
documents?
projects that former President Trump will win the state, putting him that much closer to 1,215 delegates.
This whole thing.
Nomination. We can also project that President Biden will be the winner on the Democratic side. Neither outcome, obviously, a surprise, but significant.
This whole thing is a joke.
Count. So I'm going to see that's political director David Chalian, who is tracking all of this. So where do things stand right now for the former president, David?
Yeah, Anderson, 40 delegates at stake in Mississippi tonight. Donald Trump wins
this whole
all
thing
of
is a
them,
joke.
because the rules are that if you get over 50% of the vote in the state, it is winner take all. He's going to get over 50% of the vote.
Long day.
With no real opposition in
And
this campaign. So add those 40 delegates to where he is, and so
I just wanted to get on here. We might get on here a little more, but I just wanted to get on there and test it out. I ain't got my lighting ain't right, all kinds of stuff.
He's now at 1,184
I'm tired. So
delegates.
we'll see, y'all. We gonna get out of here. I just did a TikTok live.
Washington vote when Washington State.
Same thing. Everybody's competing with each other. This is just like, I had a light that I wanted to test, but my cord ain't long enough.
And this is not the balloon drop moment. That'll happen in the
So that's why I'm in the dark.
in Milwaukee this summer when the delegates make it official. But Donald Trump securing the nomination.
Plus, I got, probably should do a couple of videos. I got some stuff to say.
Yeah, you said he went over the top in the last
One of them being
general election battleground state. Put him there. He
the
gets
firings
35 more delegates out of Mississippi
at the RNC.
total tonight because he won that state, as you just
I mean,
projected.
if you ask me, they cutting the fat so they can save more money to pay Donald Trump's legal bill, which is crazy. I seen on TYT that they interviewed a dude and asked him, what would you rather have, Joe Biden or a Donald Trump in jail as president? And he said, Donald Trump in jail. I don't understand that. I don't understand that at all. How you would rather have a Donald Trump in jail running the country, like a criminal anyway. But it's. I understand because they're hypocrites. Because if you look at Hunter Biden's situation and Joe Biden's situation, there's no charges, right? There's they found some documents and they found Hunter Biden on the computer, butt naked, smoking crack, whatever. Yeah, it's illegal. But I mean, look at Donald Trump. Donald Trump got actual charges in 4 different jurisdictions, and yet he's innocent. He said that the election was stolen, and he ran it by 60 different judges, and they threw it out of here. What's the response? They were corrupt. The judges were corrupt. Okay, so why is it that the Supreme Court didn't take a look at it? You know what I'm saying? They overturned Colorado and said that he has a right to be on the ballot, yet the Supreme Court is not going to take up the fact that, as they claim the judges were corrupt. Doesn't make any sense. Do you think you could have 60 corrupt judges in America? You don't have any faith in America. But they're hypocrites. So it's like Joe Biden said, you shouldn't only love your country when you win, right? I didn't want Donald Trump to be president last time. I didn't say it was rigged though. But that's how they do. It's hypocrisy, and the hypocrisy runs rampant in the Republican Party. See, morning, Mr. How's your day going? Is it morning? It's morning somewhere, I guess. My day is going good. Actually, I'm winding it up. And we're talking about the hypocrisy of the Republican Party and just how they easily dismiss. They easily dismiss the bad stuff about Donald Trump, but any sliver of anything on anybody else, convict them now, put them in jail now. When they used to chant, lock her up when we're talking about Hillary Clinton when he was Ling Ling. Oh, good evening. Good evening. I guess you're 12 hours ahead. Is that I'm not sure where you are, but yeah. So it's hypocritical to say Joe Biden should be in jail with no evidence, no charges, no nothing, and you got the dude who got 91 charges and he says he's innocent. I mean, I don't know how you reconcile all those things. He's taking over the Republican Party and the RNC specifically, and the person he replaced the old people with is his daughter-in-law, who said we're going to use every penny to pay for Donald Trump's re-election. And, you know, what she's really saying is legal bills. And you're okay with that. I don't understand. I don't understand.
And so I think that raises the question about these third-party candidates, because
it's funny to me. Like, the stupidity is just incredible. But
let's take a look. Let's start with the Green Party, which is established. It already has ballot access.
Some of it is loyalty, like because
it's already guaranteed in 20 states,
a
including Michigan,
lot of times people support people because they look like them. So a lot of times, you know, people be angry and miserable, and you get somebody that's angry and miserable, like Donald Trump, because all he does when you hear his speeches, he talks crazy about Donald Trump's speech the other night, and saying it was dark and hateful and all of that. That's all he does is cry and whine. All of his speeches are crying and whining. You know, and my question is, well, you know, if you don't like it here, why are you still here? Like, remember when he said, if you don't like it here, you can leave? Yeah. That applies to you too, Donald Trump. If you don't like it here, you can leave. You know, if you think the elections are rigged, then go somewhere else where they're not rigged. How about that? Go run for president somewhere else. All you do is talk crazy about America and say, you know, we need to make America great again. Well, you don't think America's great now? If you don't think America's great, you can leave. Why don't you leave? Is it because you can? But, you know, it's hypocrisy, because whatever you said doesn't apply to you. You put that ad out in the New York Times about the Central Park 5. They eventually were exonerated. You know, there is such a thing as a false confession. You know, that's why they came up with the law that says that you can't question a minor without the parents present, because you can get a false confession. No apology, though. He ran a whole full-page ad before, like in the same stage that he's in right now. The stage of being accused, not have gone to trial yet. Yet, it's okay if Donald Trump puts out a full-page ad in the New York Times saying that they should be executed already, without even a trial.
Here we go. I mean, it's going to be a long one.
But
one of the longest general elections in history.
The fact that he even has cases.
Get ready. Look, I think a lot of Democrats were nervous.
Is like somehow directed at Joe Biden.
Red Bull Biden.
Like, you know who, like they say a thief will always accuse of somebody stealing. That's what it is. Donald Trump is a crook, so you think everybody's a crook. Donald Trump then disparaged, you know, war veterans and stuff like that. Donald Trump is on the hook for $91 million for defaming a woman that he lost in court that was civilly liable for SA. You support that guy. I was just talking about it earlier. They had people at a Trump rally that said that they would support him even if he was in jail.
And as we've seen, right?
Like nobody, like. Where does that logic come from? You would support a dude from jail. You would support a dude being president in jail.
In addition to the attacks on Trump, they've got to continue to put forward a positive message. It was interesting.
Where does that come from? Where does that come from? Yeah, you want to throw 5 little kids in jail because, you know, you was questioning them for 18 hours or however many hours it was, and then they finally said, because they got tired of you telling them that they did it, that they finally said, yeah, I did it. And they come to find out they didn't do it. That's crazy. That's crazy. I mean, you know, look, but that's privilege, though. That's privilege. People, you know, lighter shade people get the benefit of the doubt more than the darker shade people do, and that's just a fact. That's a fact. And look what's going on. Look what's going on in the.
When he talks about the future and defending
Let's
democracy.
see. You're a trucker. Yeah. Thank you. Appreciate it.
In this campaign, Joe Biden try to take on Trump.
What does that say? Register. This my phone is. It's smaller than I'm used to, so a Rudster. Appreciate you, Rudster.
Actually want to know what are you going to do?
It's crazy how, you know, the hypocrisy.
Social Security, Medicare, not surprisingly, that did very well in the testing. When he talked about
like
economic populism, that did very well. So those are just going to be.
Joe Biden should be arrested for treason.
They're resonating.
He hasn't been convicted of nothing. I mean, there's no charges. Donald Trump's got actual charges, and they say they're bogus.
1 week or so. We have so many weeks to
Why?
go. Like the emotional.
How, you know what I'm saying? That don't make any sense. Like the dude just got found guilty of fraud. Civil case for fraud. What do people say? Well, the banks didn't lose no money. That means absolutely nothing. That means absolutely nothing. Go ask the PPP loan people if they could pay that money back, would they? Absolutely right they would if they could get out their case, but guess what? Whether or not you paid that money back or not, you committed fraud to get it. Same thing. When you lie on an application and it says under penalty of perjury, it doesn't matter if you got the loan based upon you lying, and then then they gave you a certain term because you lied and you paid the money back. That doesn't mean that you didn't commit fraud.
She's done an actually good job at this role.
See, Swift driver loser. No. See? No, Donald Trump is a loser. Donald Trump's the loser. Donald Trump's the Swift driver. He's the loser. You're the loser. Rob Austin, do you even have a job? You don't even have a job. So anyway, that doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. Other than you give the privilege to the people that get the privilege. Like I wouldn't get that privilege. Donald Trump would. Why? Like you ask Barack Obama for his birth certificate. Are you asking Donald Trump for his birth certificate? You can't even get his tax return. Let alone his birth certificate. You can't even get his tax return. Nothing's ever said about it. So, but anywho, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm tired. And I'm hungry. And I'm tired of talking about this dude. So appreciate you stopping by. We'll do more of this. We'll have better lighting and all that. And take care. Have a great night. Talk to you soon. How to get out of here. I don't even know how to close this out. How do you close this out?
He will likely at least begin the trial for January 6th. He is going to be strapped, frankly, just for time and ability to be the places that he needs to be. I think he would be wise to have surrogates to go around, but